Hey everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, this is the Hot Wholesale where I talk about everything virtual wholesaling real estate. I give all my tips and tricks, how I got started, and my whole story is in my past videos. If you haven't checked any of them out, you could literally start your whole virtual wholesaling business for free watching these videos. Tons of people have, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at the Hot Wholesale. Like, share, subscribe, and now that I got all that fun stuff out of the way, today I'm going to talk about text blasting. So people consistently ask me to share my text blast templates with them. You guys, it's not that hard. It's just like you're texting your family, your friends, anybody. You write the messages, but there are some keywords to avoid. So that's what I want to go over, what to avoid when you're text blasting and why. So basically, when you send out a text blast, depending on what service you're using, a lot of them you have to click to send one by one. Some of them you can blast them out in batches, set it up. At this moment, I am using REI Reply. I am not an affiliate with them or anything. I just really like the service. Shout out to Jody and Austin and Talon. 3 people kept telling me about REI Reply, and I just decided to go for it. And ever since I did, I'm really glad I did. It makes it really easy to use. Basically, you need to stay away from some words though, because certain words, when they're getting sent out in a mass, in mass, I should say, get blocked by carriers. Words like sell, buy, property, offer, things like that. So you have to get creative with what you're going to say. I don't want to tell you exactly what I say, but I'll give you the gist of it. So I'll say something like, hello, first name, this is whatever name I'm using, Tammy, Chris, whatever, for that text blast. I don't use my real name, obviously, because it's really unique and they could just look me up on Facebook or Google and find me, which isn't good when you're mass marketing. People could get angry and come back at you and report you, even though it's not illegal. You're not actually trying to sell them anything over text. So technically it's not illegal. And by the way, this isn't legal advice. Please look up your own state laws, look up your own laws yourself. This is just from my experience, from what I've seen. People still will get mad and, cuss you out and stuff, especially over text. It's so easy to cuss somebody out in a text message, right? So in text blasting, people will cuss you out a lot more than they would over the phone. So that's just something you have to get used to. But I'll say something like, hey, John, this is Tammy. I was trying to get in contact with you about property address. And sometimes I won't even say more than that. I like to leave it hanging just because you don't necessarily want to say every time you do a text blast, I want to buy your property, or I'm looking to give you an offer, or any form of those words, because you'll instantly put them off. I'm looking for you. I'm trying to get in contact with you about blah, blah, blah. It might be they don't know what's going on, especially if it's one of those forgotten properties. They might be like, oh, maybe someone broke in. Maybe the grass is overgrown and I'm going to get a violation. Maybe it's a neighbor. So that way I just leave it kind of open-ended. And those actually have worked pretty well for me. I've also done text blasts where I've just said, hey, first name, and I'll get a ton of response back. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And then I'll have it set up for like 10, 15 minutes later to text them again, actually discussing what it's about. That is good, only because when they say, yeah, who's this? Or who is this? You're at least getting the signal, that's the person that you're trying to reach. So now you know the numbers aren't wrong. So now you have a better idea of who you can call and have accurate numbers for. So if they're not answering, they're just not answering. You can try with different numbers. You can text them and let them know what you're texting them about. But at least now you know whose numbers are actually theirs. And if they say, oh, you have the wrong number, now you know you have the wrong number. You need to skip trace it again. So that's why I do like texting, hey, John, and leaving it at that, just to kind of test my data. So text blasting is super cheap the way I do it. So it works to do it like this. I'm sure there's a ton of better ways. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are more experienced that have other ways they do things. But this is just a couple of things that I thought of along the way. Like, maybe I should do that. That'll give me this result. And it has helped. So That's just a couple little tips about text blasting. Some other text blast providers are Lead Sherpa, the Smarter Contact, and those you do actually have to click to send out each text message, which to me is really monotonous, especially if I'm trying to set something up to where I'm going to text like 5,000 people for the whole month. That I've done that where I've actually clicked like 6,000 times, and it is really annoying. So those are my text blasting tips. Don't use those words just to avoid your text messages getting blocked and not going through. And I'm pretty sure if you just look up words to avoid in a real estate text blast, it'll give you every single thing. I know Lead Sherpa and the Smarter Contact actually won't even let you send them at all if it has those certain words. So if you're worried about that, those platforms would be good to use for that reason. They don't even let you send words with text messages with certain words in them. So if you guys haven't checked out anything that I have to offer on Instagram or here on YouTube, just click the links down below, and I will include a free SMS template worksheet down below too. Again, I am not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice. Please check with your own state laws for the legality of text blasting, the legality of cold calling, and make sure you guys do your own research. Please don't say, oh, Tati said it was okay to send these text messages, because I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just going to give you guys some examples of what I use. So that's my disclaimer, my no liability phrase. But go ahead and download the free worksheet below. And if you guys need help getting your virtual wholesaling business started, make sure you click the link below for the Virtual Wholesale 30 program. It's amazing. We're doing our first round right now, and everyone's getting their businesses started and set up. It's going really good, and I'm really excited for all the other people who are going to be able to start their businesses and change their lives, and I hope you can be one of them. I wanted to keep this video short because I know I have some 20 and 40-minute ones on here. So thank you guys for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. And if you're new to virtual wholesaling, go back to this YouTube channel, check out the other videos. I literally have everything from pulling lists, hiring VAs, getting data, dialers, everything you need. Check them out, get your information, get your education, and get started. Have a great day.